Some people leave behind books, some leave behind inventions. Neville Goddard, he left behind a mind-blowing idea. Your imagination literally shapes your life. Yeah, not just daydreams, not just wishful thinking, but the real stuff. So who was this guy? Neville Goddard was born way back in 1905 in Barbados. He later moved to the US, and for most of his life he lived in New York and Los Angeles. He wasn't a monk, not a scientist, not a guru living on top of a mountain. No, he was just a regular man who spent his life teaching lectures, writing books, and telling people, stop begging life to change. Use your imagination, because that's where everything begins. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Neville said imagination is God. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. He didn't mean you're just kind of creative. He meant the creative power of the universe, the same energy that makes stars and galaxies. It's inside your own mind, and the way you use your imagination determines what shows up in your everyday life. One of his biggest teachings is called living in the end. Basically, instead of waiting and hoping, you imagine as if it already happened. Want a new job? Imagine yourself already walking into that office, shaking hands. Want to be healthy? Imagine how it feels to already be full of energy, strong. According to Neville, when you persist in that inner state, reality kinda has no choice but to rearrange itself around your vision. So why does Neville still matter? Because his message cuts straight to the point. Stop giving your power away. What you imagine, what you feel, what you persist in believing, that is your future. Whether you buy it or not, you're already doing it every single day. So the real question is, are you imagining by default, or are you imagining on purpose? And I know some of you might be thinking, wait, so if I imagine myself with a six-pack, does that mean I can skip the gym? Sorry, no. Neville wasn't teaching magic shortcuts for lazy people. He was teaching a shift in consciousness. But hey, if you can actually see yourself strong, disciplined, motivated, you'll probably become that person. And yeah, the six-pack might follow. People loved Neville because he didn't overcomplicate things. No rituals, no crystals, no 10 steps with candles in the full moon. Just imagine it, feel it real, and trust that life is catching up with your inner picture. He lectured all through the 40s, 50s, 60s, and people still quote him today like he's a modern-day influencer. I personally love Neville Goddard. What he taught is right in line with modern quantum physics and with the messages from Abraham-Hicks, Bashar, and the Seth books by Jane Roberts. It's so simple, so concrete, yet not always so easy to actually apply in everyday life.